Hi, everyone. Today is Sunday, July 31st, 2022. I'm Crystal Dawn Hill, and I'm here to share a story with you. In the very beginning of my journey, not of my whole journey, but shortly before I met my divine masculine, I was outside doing a video, and I kept saying twin flame in the beginning of the video. And by the end, I had felt guided to say beloved. So toward the end of the video, I said beloved. And when I did, the wind picked up and blew my hair against my face. And it literally felt like my divine masculine caressing my face. The next day I met him. And the next part of the story is that for many years, I've always written in my journal, and I've always loved journal writing very much. And recently, I've discovered that the reason I love it so much is because it's so much a part of who I am. Well, I couldn't have imagined how literal that would be until a discovery I've made just in the past couple days. A few weeks ago, I was shown by my higher guidance that it's time to start integrating my divine masculine energy. And the divine masculine energy represents the earth and the material world, whereas the feminine represents the spiritual world. So I meditated on that, and I was able to discern that what that meant is that I'm ushering in my spiritual life into my physical reality. And I knew that was true because of the feeling of confirmation I got from my higher guidance. And just now when I said it, I got cold chills. So that's additional confirmation that I'm getting that there's very much truth to it. So if you think about your journey and the phenomenon that you've experienced, the unexplained things that have happened that feel very 5D and really have no physical concrete explanation, you're still going to get that. Even if you don't have it for the moment, you're still going to get it. And here's why. If you think about the breeze and how spiritual that feels and how much in touch you feel with the divine when you're in the breeze and it's blowing against your face or through your hair, when you're in meditation or when you're just getting in touch with nature. That's probably one of the most powerful feelings we could feel, because it feels like the divine is interacting with us. So if you can take that symbolism of the breeze and think about it on a more 3D level, what would be the most powerful generator of the wind in the physical world? I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm still processing and I'm still in such awe over this that I can't even express. All I'm going to say is it is a huge symbol that represents my divine masculine. And here's how I discovered this. this one journal that I use for recording my everyday life, not my spiritual life or my twin flame journey or anything like that, but my things that go on in my material world, my regular life. I chose that journal because it has a picture of this symbol that represents my divine masculine. And that's what I meant when I said that I couldn't have imagined how literal it would be that the journals and the journal writing represent who I am. Because on the journal that I used to write, that represents me and my feelings toward my divine masculine, that journal has a starfish on it, and I've always identified with the starfish. Maybe it's because I've always made a joke about my name that, like, oftentimes people would seem a little bit surprised if I would bring forth an aspect of my personality that they hadn't really been familiar with before. Like, for example, my coworkers, because at work I was always very straight-laced and a stickler for following the policies and that kind of thing. But if I would socialize with a coworker outside of work, they would see a whole different side of my personality. And if they would comment on it, I would joke and say, well, I'm a crystal, I'm multifaceted. So maybe that's why I identify with the starfish, because it has the different, I guess they're called tentacles. And they represent, different sides. So I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so just now I was writing in my regular journal, and I was talking about in my journal, how I've recently discovered this. And I don't even remember specifically what it was, but I just had a vision that popped in my mind of that, doing that video and the wind, and then I put two and two together with the physical representation of the wind, and I had to share it. I know that I might be being a little bit vague or a little cryptic even, and I really don't want to be. I really want to just spell it all out, but I'm feeling guided that I'm not supposed to right now. So if any of you know what that symbol is that I'm referring to, then it's not going to be too hard to figure out the rest. But if you don't know, then that's okay, because it will be revealed eventually and hopefully very soon. So thank you all very much for following along my journey. I wish you all the best along your journey, but I want to add a little bit more to that today and say I wish you all of the incredible, mystical, magical, mysterious phenomenon that I've experienced along my journey. Because when you can acclimate to that and become accustomed to it going on, you can naturalize it and integrate it into your physical world. And that's how we usher our heaven on earth. So once again, thank you all very much for following along. I wish you all the very best along your journey, and have a wonderful day.